With the start of every new season, we get the chance to start fresh and try out something that we haven't tried out yet. Plus, we also get seasonal themes. Right now, I'm on my brand new rogue, and I want to share with you the optimal path to level from level 1, in my opinion. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out in Kyovashad. Unless this changes, we will always be starting in Kyovashad from the very beginning at level 1. We're going to come up and we're going to grab this Raising Spirits quest. It is a very easy quest, and then we're going to get an Herb of Cash. This quest is very easy to complete. Go to your emote wheel, cheer the militia, and then you have the completed quest. Turn that in and you will get an Herb of Cash. Opening up this reward, we get an Herb Cash, which is very nice to start us off. The next thing we're going to do from the center of Kyovashad, we're going to go out the southeast entrance, and hit the cellar right down here. We are at level 3 right now. There's also happens to be a goblin. We're going to try to kill him. Fat chance. I don't think we're going to be able to catch him since we are brand new. But we are going to hit this cellar right here. Also pop this iron rack as well. Get a couple of pieces of gear. That shouldn't help us very much. But considering we have nothing, this should help. So right from Kyovashad, there's a cellar right there. And that is exactly where we're going. Jumping into the cellar and looking at the skill tree, right now I'm going to be using Puncture, and then I'm actually going to go into the Fundamental Puncture. That will require 3 skill points, which will unlock actually Flurry, which is the build that I'm going to be using. So for this, I'm going to get Flurry, and then I'm going to try to get Enhanced Flurry, and we're going to go into Advanced Flurry for the stun of the enemies, which will help us control the crowd a little bit more, take a little bit less damage. Once we get the Flurry, this should be very, very easy to dispose of. These guys should be no problem because Flurry does do quite a bit of damage. So this is fairly easy. I am playing the rogue. We just hit level 4. The cellar is clear and we're going to get this cash. So once you have completed the cellar hideout, the Savina hideout, you should be around level 4. We are going to kill a few more enemies to see if we can hit level 5. And then we are off to Kyovashad. When you've completed the cellar right here, you want to make your way slowly down to Margrave in that direction because there is a side quest that we want to pick up. So once you hit level 5, you can actually go ahead and teleport to Kyovashad. From Kyovashad, we're going to go visit the alchemist and craft ourselves an elixir of experience. Crafting ourselves an elixir of experience, we're actually going to ride down to Margrave or walk, depending on if you have a mount, and we're going to pick up the quest for Legacies of Light. Legacies of Light's watch is actually right here. You talk to this guy, he needs help. He says, do you need your help? We pick up the quest for Legacies of the Light's Watch, and then that allows us to hit this dungeon right here for a bunch of experience. But before we do that, we're actually going to hit the cellar right here. Jumping into Hermit's Abode cellar, we're actually going to clear out all of these wolves, try not to die, and that should give us plenty of experience here, and then we can jump into the dungeon. Once you are inside the dungeon, don't forget to pop your elixir of experience. That should help you level quite a bit. And then this dungeon should also help with some new gear, considering we're starting with nothing. Alright, picking up Archivist's Journal, moving on to the other side. So this was straight in and to the right, moving over to the other side. At this point, if you want to continue clearing the whole dungeon, that is up to you. If you want to run back the way you came, that's also acceptable. This second one is actually going to be in and to the left, and it is right there. And then we need one more at this point. Once you get the last journal and complete the dungeon, you should be right around level 10, and which means you can go to Kyovashad and upgrade your potion. Alright, so Light's Watch is complete. You should be level 10 at this point. If you are not level 10, kill a couple of mobs to make sure you get there. Going back to Kyovashad, in level 10, we have a couple of quests available. One is to return to Margrave to turn this in. You should have the waypoint by now, so you can go ahead and turn that in. And then we also have to upgrade our healing potion and upgrade our newly found weapon. Hopefully you found a new weapon by this point. If not, you can upgrade anything. From here, I am personally going to be following Rax's ultimate leveling path. Going from Kyovashad, hitting the event here. Also coming up here, grabbing the waypoint for Ministad, hitting one event there, and then coming down to this dungeon. At this point, you have a choice whether you want to complete these dungeons or not, depending on the class you are playing. As I've mentioned before, at this point, I'm actually going to be coming up to Forsaken Quarry right up here. So I'm going to do a full circle, and instead of completing these 2 dungeons, I'm actually going to be going full circle and completing the Forsaken Quarry. Whether or not you want to run dungeons before or after, that is all preference. I am going to have to complete the Forsaken Quarry for the class quest anyway, so I might as well do the full circle like Rex suggested, hit level 15 after this, and then go do the class quest on the Rogue, which will take me right to the Forsaken Quarry, and that will unlock the class specialization for my Rogue. After hitting level 15 and completing your class quest, my recommendation would be to hit the Codex of Power and go ahead and grab the aspects of power that you need for your specific class. And if you don't know where the dungeons are, simply go to something that you have not yet unlocked. Click on it, that will pin it right on the map. And when you open up your map, it'll give you a nice pathway and it'll actually tell you exactly where the pin is and where you have to go. Start off with something a little bit closer to you and then go from there. And of course, by the time we all hit level 15 and get the class specialization anyway, we'll all have a different experience and we'll all have a different leveling path. The really good news is for the Season of the Malignant, we actually keep all of our progress, so we uncover all of the Sanctuary on the map and unlock all of the stars with Lilith, and the new characters that we make on the Seasonal Realm for the Season of the Malignant will begin with previously discovered areas of the map revealed and all previously unlocked altars of Lilith, which is going to be absolutely insane. That is going to be not only a huge time saver for us, but also a really nice boost because the new characters will start out with all of the Lilith powers, which is going to be really cool. So there it is. For me, this is the optimal leveling path for me. I believe that will work out really well. I am in no means disagreeing with Rax's ultimate leveling path. I am simply putting my own spin on it and taking things into consideration that will work the best for my character and my personal playstyle. So there it is. There is the video on how to get the ultimate leveling experience out of the gate, starting from level 1 in Kyovashad, coming down to Margrave, grabbing some of the quests, doing the dungeon, grabbing both cellars on the way, one in Margrave, one up here, and then following the ultimate leveling path put out by Rax, and then from there, completing the dungeons for the aspects of power and running Strongholds for maximal experience. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do me a huge favor, hit the like and the subscribe, and for more BearCozy videos, check out the top right.